Folks, welcome to the Afterthought. I'm Zach Hankins, and shouts out to all my subscribers, the ones who hit that like button and commented on my videos. Shouts out to you too. Shouts out to the haters who I continue to prove wrong week after week, year after year. Anyways, this is my thoughts on the DeMarcus Cousins trade that New Orleans and Sacramento has finally came up with a deal to send him to the NOLA to play alongside Anthony Davis. And what's so special about this trade is that this was DeMarcus Cousins' first All-Star game. I think it's first or second. But yeah, he's actually a legit All-Star now. He got a chance to play alongside Anthony Davis, and their chemistry worked out well. The way those two work. So I guess this is New Orleans seeing this as a chance to capitalize on a golden opportunity right now, because Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins is something like, I say, Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Not as athletic, but still Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, that gives him a true center that he can regulate with on the perimeter of the inside of the paint. And for New Orleans right now, they got to go more veterans right now. They got enough rookies. They got enough younger guys. They need more veterans. And DeMarcus Cousins gave them another all-star that they could work with going forward. And furthermore, for DeMarcus Cousins, he gets a fresh start. He no longer has to be in Sacramento in the mess over there. He no longer has to have any worries or any troubles bothering him, because it just hasn't been working out for him at all. Since DeMarcus Cousins got drafted in Sacramento, it's still been bad. It's been a bad situation. DeMarcus Cousins hasn't gotten along with at least four out of five of those locker rooms that Sacramento has had the past 6-7 years. It's just been terrible. Whether he's getting into it with Rudy Gay, Ben McLemore, it's just somebody it's just not working over there at all. Okay, it's a failed project. It's a failed attempt to try to build around him. So what DeMarcus Cousins needs, he needs a better team. And New Orleans is roughly a better team than Sacramento by far. Okay, let's just not forget that New Orleans went to the playoffs their second year as a franchise when they replaced the Hornets' name and became the Pelicans. The second year in, through Anthony Davis, they got into the playoffs. So this gives DeMarcus Cousins a chance to play with a fresh locker room, a new start. He just played an All-Star game in New Orleans, so he really doesn't have to go nowhere. Okay, so he could basically send for his teams, and he's basically home now. But for Sacramento, they get back, well, actually Tyreke Evans. This is where he's going back to his old stomping grounds. This is where Tyreke Evans started his career. He became Rookie of the Year over the likes of Steph Curry and Brandon Jennings in 2010. So, so they gave him another veteran that they have who's used to Sacramento, who knows how to run that team. He'll be a good mentor to Darren Collison and whoever else they got over there. Okay, so that'll be good for them. And then on top of that, they get Buddy Hield and they get Langston Galloway, who New Orleans really don't need anymore. I mean, with Buddy Hield, it's still a gamble because he could have worked out well for them. It might be a quality player they're going to be missing down the line, but New Orleans they want veterans right now. They want to get into the playoffs. They want to be a contending team. They're not really looking to get any more younger guys over there. They got enough over there anyway. But for Sacramento, it gives them a chance to start over again. Because with DeMarcus Cousins, like I say, it just hasn't been working out. Been too much trouble over there with him there. And furthermore, DeMarcus Cousins hasn't necessarily been the best performed player over there anyway. I mean, he's the top perform center. He scores most of the points, but as far as like ethnic goes, no, he's always had trouble with the refs, bad attitude. It's just been too much over there. There's too much drama with DeMarcus Cousins in Sacramento. So now they get that out of the way, and then now they can, like I said, they can start over it. I mean, they still got Willie Cauley-Stein, who can play better now that DeMarcus Cousins is gone. Because the problem with DeMarcus Cousins is that he doesn't want his minutes. He wants all his minutes. You're not going to bench him. And maybe that DeMarcus Cousins hasn't been given too much of a shine to the other centers, which has been a problem too. Omar Caspi couldn't too much. He didn't get too much playing time over there. But maybe with Cauley-Stein, they can now start over. They can make him now the new franchise big man, and maybe that could work out well for them. So yeah, so like I said, it's been good for them. So I mean, this works out for both teams. Everybody has been suspecting where DeMarcus Cousins will be traded to. I thought he was gonna get traded to Portland because Portland can really benefit from having DMC over there with Damian Lillard. That'll work out really well. But with Anthony Davis, like I said, it gives them a center they needed. On the way, and the Toronto Raptors, them trading for Ibaka right now was the best move right now, because Ibaka gives them defense they need so that Toronto can make a legit threat in the Eastern Conference. Okay, so that works out well for them, because Terrence Ross, he was a good player, but I mean, he wasn't that too much exciting for Toronto. He wasn't really coming through the way he should be. Yeah, he was good as a backup, but he just wasn't starting. He was a starting small forward. Yeah, he won the slam dunk contest in 2014, but no, the Raptors need more than Terrence Ross. They need an actual a guy that could play defense. And Terrence Ross wasn't necessarily playing a good enough defense with him. So that's why they figure, okay, Terrence Ross would work out better in Orlando. But they needed Ibaka. Plus, Ibaka gives them the three-point shooting they need desperately. And he can play defense for them. Like I said, it works out well for them. Plus, Ibaka is an experienced player. He's been to the finals already in his OKC days. He's become a way better player since leaving OKC. You know what I'm saying? Since playing with Russell Westbrook and Durant, it's worked out well in his skills. So that'll help DeRozan and Kyle Lowry out a whole lot. Along with Vera Juniors, they now have their missing power forward. And then plus you still got DeMar Carroll that you could come off the bench. He could make a nice $6 million for them. And you still got Nolan Powell. So the Raptors are pretty much stacked now. With Ibaka, that makes them a legitimate threat on the Eastern Conference. They'll go even further like they did last year. So that's just for the trade update. And now as for the NBA All-Star Game, All-Star Weekend, this All-Star Weekend kind of sucked. I'm not going to be lying, though. It wasn't what it was hyped up to be. Especially that Slam Dunk contest. That Slam Dunk contest ruined it. Yeah, it was nice to see the celebrities play each other. The problem I have with the rookies versus sophomores, we haven't had a good, strong enough draft classes the past 2 years. The 2016, 2015 draft classes have not been that strong at all. Because there's a lot of guys who got drafted who still hasn't developed, their careers hasn't taken off just yet. Now, Derrick Jones Jr., okay, he's proven he's a good dunker, but this is the problem I have with the Slam Dunk contest. Too many guys in the Slam Dunk contest made too many attempts. Aaron Gordon pretty much screwed himself up with that drone. Okay? If you're going to do the drone, he should have basically took the ball from the drone while he was in the air, landed a spectacular dunk. That, like I said, Aaron Gordon overdid it with that drone. And then you got Glenn Robinson, the third, and his second attempt pretty much failed 3 times. Like 3 times he could not land a quality dunk. That's not going to get it done, man. That's just boring. Okay, even Derrick Jones Jr. screwed up on his second attempt. And yeah, I like what DeAndre Jordan did with DJ Khaled with that DJ table and his nickname being DJ. But the problem is, he should have just saved that for his second attempt. I feel DeAndre Jordan did his best work with that table, dunking over DJ Khaled. That should have been his last attempt, or it should have been his second attempt. The problem with DeAndre Jordan is his size. His size makes his dunks look sloppy. Okay, yeah, he's comes from Lob City. They do spectacular dunks, but that's him being alley-ooped. He didn't have no alley-oops this time. It was just him by himself, which is just kind of just And to me, it's the problem with the Slam Dunk contest. It's mostly meant for the smaller players, the shorter guys. The guards and the small forwards, that's what it's really meant for. It's meant for players like Aaron Gordon. It's not meant for no big man like that. We haven't had no spectacular dunkers since the days of Shaquille O'Neal and Dominique Wilkins. Okay, you don't got no big man dunking like that no more. You don't got no Dikembe Mutombos or anything like that, no Elijah ones. You don't have those type of dunkers. Okay, the Dr. J's, the Will Chamberlains, all those spectacular dunkers, all those days ended. Okay, so that's what I believe the Slam Dunk contest for. Like, for example, when Eric Bledsoe was in the Slam Dunk contest in 2012. Okay, the man had the crowd on his side. Same thing with Zach LaVine. He had the crowd on his side because he's a shorter player. He's a guard dunking like a center. So that's the problem with a lot of these big men entering these Slam Dunk contests, is that height makes it look too sloppy. But Glenn Robinson, okay, I give him that. Glenn Robinson third, he handled his business, but his second dunk should have been more cleaner, okay? Because if you're gonna dunk over 3 or 4 people, you gotta have been practiced that ahead of time, months in advance. When Blake Griffin won his Slam Dunk contest in 2010, when he dunked over that car, that man had practiced that for a whole year. Remember, Blake Griffin got injured his supposed rookie year, which was 2009. He came back in 2010, but when he was injured in 2009, he was practicing his dunks because he always wanted to enter the Slam Dunk contest anyway. So that's the problem with a lot of these, with Jones Jr. and Glenn Robinson and even Eric Gordon. Those dunks, and Eric Gordon should have known better. He's in the Slam Dunk contest the past year or the year before that. He should have known better than that. Okay? Aaron Gordon just did not. He gave too much on that first try. That's what messed him up. Like I said, it just wasn't that exciting enough. I've seen way better Slam Dunk contests. The year Nate Robinson dunked over Dwight Howard, that was way better. Okay, so that was the problem I have with All-Star Weekend. And as for the East versus West, yeah, Anthony Davis got off. DeMarcus Cousins played his first legit All-Star game with Anthony Davis. That's why New Orleans traded for him. And it was good to see Westbrook, Durant, and James Harden on the All-Star team together. Okay, this is the first All-Star team where all 3 of those guys are actually in the same lineup playing with each other. Okay, I'll give you, this is, like I said, I know James Harden's been with the Rockets, but I would have thought that Steve Kerr would have started those three together. But I figure, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a Golden State Warrior coach. He was going to start Steph Curry anyway. But seeing Westbrook and Durant getting along, that's what I like to see. I don't like to see when those two are fighting. Yeah, I understand that both guys were feeling sour. Well, Westbrook was feeling real sour about Durant leaving for Golden State. And Durant didn't tell him. So the media turned that into a beef right now. But to see Durant lob Westbrook the ball, the alley-oop on the last play, you know what I'm saying? To see that going, that was beautiful right there. Okay, that takes you back to the good old days of the Thunder. All right, and then you see James Harden playing with him. You know what I'm saying? That's a Scott Brooks reunion right there when he had all three of them coaching. That's the OKC. That's the 2000. That's the 2011, 2010, 2012 OKC Thunder right there. When all those guys in the same lineup. Well, all those guys got subbed in the same lineup. Because they didn't start Westbrook over Steph Curry because of Steve Kerr, which I would have started Westbrook, Harden, and Durant. Just for old time's sake, I would have kept that reunion, but that was on him. But still, that was the only thing good about the All-Star weekend, was seeing Westbrook and Durant play with each other, you know what I'm saying, for one time before they go back to war again. Because the war is going to resume, okay? They're going to go back to beefing. Now that we're reaching the second half of the NBA season, and this is when things start getting serious and players start really going at it, and they start battling for the MVP awards, and teams start fighting for seeds. We're going to start seeing who's going to be the first round, who's going to have first round advantage, who's going to be the 8 through 6 seeds, and who's going to be the top 4 seeds. This is what we're going to start seeing now. This is when basketball is going to start really getting serious, and teams are going to really start going head to head. So, so we're in the second round, so we're going to see how that goes. But yeah, like overall, the trade deadline is actually pretty good. That DeMarcus Cousins trade is what's setting off right now. That's the biggest trade up to date right now. This is Zach Hangers just giving you an update on the NBA season. If you like that, if you like my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the views. There will be more. Y'all stay blessed, and I'll see you soon.